Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Friday night virtual quiz. Thank you all for joining in with us this week. And I don't know if I'm there yet, but apparently they were going to put me on the telly up in the Manor House. So hello to everyone at Manor House if you're watching me on the TV in there. Quite scary seeing me on TV, I bet. But yeah, so another Friday night, another quiz. Yeah, thank you all for joining me. Nothing fancy this week. No themes or anything like that. You've got 4 rounds. So we're going to start off this evening with a food and drink round. Then we're going to move on to a music round. And after the interval tonight, we're going to have a who's who in history round. And end up with a geography round. It's a nice mixed bag there for you. So yes, how are we all this evening, and what are we drinking this evening? We normally post about what we're drinking, don't we? So what's everyone drinking? I am drinking this evening this lovely Old Buzzard Dark Ale tonight. I've got to say a huge thank you to Graham and Alison, who have brought me some beer to keep me hydrated during the quiz this evening. So thank you very much, and cheers to you. It will go down a treat. So thank you very much for that. Yes, we've also got our... Well, we haven't got a picture round tonight. We've got an anagrams round. So, yeah, they're all pub names, since I always go on about pubs. So you've got 10 pub names to unscramble here. So they're up on the Facebook and Twitter pages, and then I'll put them up during the halftime interval as well. Yes, I've just had a little bit of fun with those ones this week, seeing how I could make them. Yeah, some of them came up a little bit risque, didn't they? But there you go. It is a Friday night after all. So we've got some people on wine. We've got coffees. We've got Bacardi Spiced Gin Lager. That sounds like a brilliant drink if you put it all together there, Barry. I suspect it may be a few different drinks though. There we go. We got a proper job, a pale ale, a prosecco. Nice. There you go. Evening Colin. Ooh, lots of nice things down there. G&T and a Grey Goose with apple and mango. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, looks like we've got lots of drinks on the go, as we should do in our virtual pub. Or in our real pub as well, of course. So, I think we should probably get started. It seems that it's telling me that everyone who had an email has logged on. So yeah, hopefully we're not waiting for anybody. So we'll move on to our first round, which is our food round, which was requested by quite a few people. So I've done a lot of rounds on drinks, but not many on food. So here's a food round for you. So get myself comfortable. Oh, I've got to hold on. Please let me know when you're ready in the comments. Already know that some people are not ready. Mad scramble for pens and the like. So we got a ready in Somerset. Anyone else? Oh, looks like we're ready here in St Clear now. Anyone playing the drinking game? Cheers. Here we go. Some more readies coming through. Excellent. So, question 1. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? Question 1 in your food round. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? Okay, say some good evenings now. So good evening, Janice. Just seen your first comment. Good evening to both Malcolms. Right, and Lisa on board again. Well done, thank you. Right, question 2. How is steak tartare cooked? How is steak tartare cooked? Question 3. From which country does Edam cheese originate? From which country does Edam cheese originate? Question 4. What is the main ingredient in a Glamorgan sausage? What is the main ingredient in a Glamorgan sausage? Question 5. Which fruit is a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry? Which fruit is a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry? Question 6. What is the main ingredient in black pudding? What is the main ingredient of black pudding? Question 7. What type of food is Cullen skink? What type of food is Cullen skink? Question 8. From which animal do you get venison? From which animal do you get venison? Question 9. Which vegetable could be a King Edward or a Maris Piper? Which vegetable could be a King Edward or a Maris Piper? And then finally, question 10 in our food round. What is Wiener Schnitzel? What is Wiener Schnitzel? I was going to flash it up. It's not flashing up on the screen like it was last week for you. I'll spell that out for you in case you'd like me to. So Wiener Schnitzel, W-I-E-N-E-R, Wiener. Schnitzel is S-C-H-N-I-T-Z-E-L, Wiener Schnitzel. Not sure why that didn't appear on the screen. Sorry about that. So I did have some technological problems earlier. It's all going wrong today. So there you go. That's our food round over and done with. Round one. Hopefully you're not feeling too hungry after that round. I'll give you a moment, as per usual, just to have a little argue amongst your team members about any questions you're unsure of. That gives me a chance to have a bit more of this beer. It's lovely, by the way. Thank you. Oh. So our next round, round two, is a music round. Lots of you were requesting a music round. The last two questions I had a little bit of help with. That will all become clear when we get to those questions. But yeah, so round two is your music round for the evening. Question one. From which Scandinavian country did Aha come from? So which Scandinavian country did Aha come from? Question 2. Buck Rogers was the first top 10 hit for which band? Buck Rogers was the first top 10 hit for which band? Question 3. Which band were going underground in 1980? Which band were going underground in 1980? Question 4. Who was the backing group for Bob Dylan during the late 60s and the 70s? So who was the backing group for Bob Dylan during the late 60s and the 70s? Question 5. Fairground was the first UK number one for which 1990s band? Fairground was the first UK number one for which 1990s band? Question 6. The band Little Mix are previous winners of which TV talent show? The band Little Mix are previous winners of which TV talent show? Question 7. Oasis covered the song Come On Feel the Noise, but who originally recorded that song in the 70s? Oasis covered the song Come On Feel the Noise. Who originally recorded the song in the 70s? Question 8. Who was the first member of Take That to leave the band? Who was the first member of Take That to leave the band? Okay, question 9 and 10. It's a name the song, and both of the answers, it's the same word repeated. So, for example, the song could be called, I don't know, Beer Beer. So both answers are songs which have the same word repeated twice, like Beer Beer. Okay, I'll do some repeats after this, Smith family, okay? To do these, I have welcome back Zalek. If anyone remembers Zalek from a few weeks on the Rockstar quiz, they've recorded another couple of songs for us to have a guess at. So here are 2 songs by Zalek for you to identify. Here we go. There you go. Thank you to Zalek for providing a few more questions for us. Unfortunately, the others were too busy at the moment to record some more songs for us, but thank you so much to Zalek for taking time to record a few more songs for us. Yes, that was our music round there. Smith family would like questions 2 and 3 repeated, so here we go for you, Smith family. Question 2. Buck Rogers was the first top 10 single for which group? And then question 3. Which band were going underground in 1980? So Buck Rogers and Going Underground. Basically, who sang them? So there we go. Just had a message come through. Can I put on the songs again for you to listen to? Of course I can. What I'll do is I'll put on the 2 songs by Zadok for you to hear again and have a guess at. And then what will happen is we'll go into the break from there. So once the songs from Zadok are finished, the anagrams will flash up on the screen for you. And then we'll go into our interval, so you can get another drink, visit the facilities, all of that you normally do during the break. And then I will speak to you again in a few minutes' time. So here come your songs again.
And I feel alright.
Hello again, I'm back, leaving the anagrams up just for a second, just in case you need to have a look at them, and hearing my voice may remind you to come back and get ready to mark your first 2 rounds there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed those couple of little musical extracts there. Once again, thank you to Zalek for kindly agreeing to record those for us. If you want to follow them on social media, they do loads of live performances on there at the moment with their family band. So yeah, thank you again to Zalek. Thank you as well to my test teams. I haven't said thank you to my test teams yet, have I? Who checked through this at quite short notice this week, so thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to take the anagrams down now. They will come up after we've done rounds 3 and 4 just for a few minutes. And here I am. There we go. So welcome back. So we're going to go through the answers to the first 2 rounds, our food round and then our music round, before we move on to our history round and our geography round. So if you'd like to get ready to mark the first few rounds, and we'll see how everyone is getting on. Okay, round 1, question 1. What type of pastry are profiteroles made from? Well, they are made from choux pastry. Question 2. How is steak tartare cooked? Well, it isn't cooked. It's served raw. Question 3. Edam originates from the Netherlands, or Holland. Question 4. Glamorgan sausages, the main ingredient is cheese. Question 5. The fruit, which is a cross between a blackberry and a raspberry, is a tayberry. Question 6. The main ingredient in black pudding is pig's blood. Question 7. Cullen skink is a type of soup. It's a fish soup. Question 8. You would get venison from a deer. Question 9. Vegetable that could be a King Edward or a Maris Piper is a potato. And question 10. What is a Wiener Schnitzel? Well, it is veal. It's breaded veal. So those were your food answers. And then we shall do our music answers. So question 1. The Scandinavian country that Aha came from was Norway. Question 2. The band who had a hit with Buck Rogers is Feeder. Question 3. The band who were going underground was The Jam. Question 4. The backing group for Bob Dylan was The Band. Question 5. Fairground was the first UK number 1 for Simply Red. Question 6. Little Mix are previous winners of the X Factor. Question 7. Hang on. What was question 7? Oh, Come On Feel the Noise. So I got my questions the wrong order. It's confused me. So Come On Feel the Noise was originally recorded by Slade. And question 8. The first member of Take That to leave was Robbie Williams. Then you had your 2 Name the Songs. So question 9 was Mony Mony, originally recorded by Tommy Jones and then re-recorded by Billy Idol. And then question 10 was Rebel Rebel by David Bowie. So I just needed the song name, not the artist on those ones. So Mony Mony and Rebel Rebel. So how have we done on those first 2 rounds? Scores on the doors, please. If you'd like to put them in the comments if you feel brave enough or confident enough or happy enough with your score. And we'll see how everyone is getting on. I've had a top up of beer during the interval. I hope you are refreshed as well. Oh, strong score from In the Manor House this week. A 9 and an 8. There you go, Graham's on 14 so far. 17 up in Edinburgh for Jane. Oh, some good scores coming in this week. Test teams were kind of 14 to 17. So we're on par with them at the moment. Matt and Lisa storming up here with 9 and a 9. Oh, balls up, I've got 15. Well done, Barry and Co. Another 9 and 9. Oh, good scores coming in here. There we go. All in line with the test team, which is always a bit of a relief there. So yeah, really pleased with those scores. Thank you. I was a little bit worried that it was a bit hard this week, but the test teams ensured that it wasn't. So thank you. We'll move on to round 3, which is who's who in history. So all of the questions are about a person in history, and you have to name the person. And they range from 500 years or so ago up until the last 50 years or so. So it's a big range of time that this is happening in. But round 3 is who's who in history. Question 1. Who was the monarch who was killed during the Battle of Bosworth? Who was the monarch who was killed during the Battle of Bosworth? Question 2. Who was the last wife of Henry VIII? Who was the last wife of Henry VIII? Question 3. Hopefully I pronounced this one correctly. Who was Gregor Efemovich better known as? Who was Gregor Efemovich better known as? So Gregor, 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 and Efemovich, Efemovich, Gregor Efemovich. Who is he better known as? Question 4. Who led the English defence against the Spanish Armada? Who led the English defence against the Spanish Armada? Question 5. Who once referred to England as a nation of shopkeepers? Who once referred to England as a nation of shopkeepers? Question 6. Who ruled Britain as Lord Protector from 1653 until his death in 1658? Who ruled Britain as Lord Protector from 1653 until his death in 1658? Question 7. Who shot President JFK? Who shot President JFK? Question 8. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? Question 9. Excuse me. Who wrote the Gothic novel Frankenstein? Who wrote the Gothic novel Frankenstein? And question 10. Who is the longest serving king of England? Or who was, I should say. Who was the longest serving king of England? So our Queen is the longest serving monarch we have had, followed by Victoria, but who was the longest serving king? That brings an end to the Who's Who in History round. So we've got one round left, which is our Geography round. The amount of requests that I have for Geography rounds is unbelievable. Every week I get about 5 requests. You're a group of geographers who join in the quizzes. Okay, so our Geography round. All things from across the world. So, round 4, Geography. Question... Oh, hang on. Colin, just in time, Colin. Question 8. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? There you go, Colin, just in time. So back to round 4, Geography. Question 1. So, the United States of America has how many stars on its flag? The United States of America has how many stars on its flag? Question 2. Which country used to be called Siam? Which country used to be called Siam? S-I-A-M, Siam. Question 3. In which country would you find the region known as Flanders? In which country would you find the region known as Flanders? Question 4. There are 2 countries that are totally surrounded by Italy. The first is the Vatican. What is the second? There are 2 countries that are totally surrounded by Italy. The first is the Vatican. What is the second? Question 5. Which English county is also known as Salop? S-A-L-O-P. Salop. Which English county is also known as Salop? Question 6. What is England's highest mountain? What is England's highest mountain? Question 7. Which country covers 10% of the Earth's landmass? Which country covers 10% of the Earth's landmass? Question 8. To which country do the Faroe Islands belong? To which country do the Faroe Islands belong? Question 9. Ulaanbaatar is the capital city of which Asian country? Ulaanbaatar is the capital city of which Asian country? And the final question for you, how many rivers are there in Tonga? How many rivers are there in Tonga? So that concludes your rounds for tonight. We'll have a very short couple of minutes interval now, where I'll show the anagrams once again for you, and then I'll be back with the answers to rounds 3 and 4, and also the picture round, and then we'll have a little go through the scores, and I've got a tiebreaker question for you as well. So use these moments to finalise any answers and top yourself up with any drinks that may have run out. Here are your anagrams once more, and I shall speak to you in a few minutes. Hello again. So I am back, ready to go through the answers to the anagrams, and then rounds 3 and 4. So hopefully you are ready for some answers. I'll just give you a moment in case you've heard my voice and are rushing back to your seat to grab your pen. I'll have a final sip of my beer. So yeah, here we go with the I'll reveal the pub anagram answers. They're all pub names, not in anagram form. So when I press this button, here are your answers. Okay, so No Idler is Red Lion. OK Oral is Royal Oak. Naked Sigh is King's Head. Chocker's Lab is Black Horse. He See Hero Shorts is Three Horseshoes. Hesitant Tool is Station Hotel. Rattler's Levers is Traveller's Rest. Shag Dean is Nag's Head. Sky Scores is Cross Keys. And Plug the Hoe is The Plough. So there you go, those are your pub anagrams. There's only so many pub names you can get, so some of these are reappearing every time I do a pub round, aren't they? There you go, Red Lion, Royal Oak, King's Head, Black Horse, Three Horseshoes, Station Hotel, Traveller's Rest, Nag's Head, Cross Keys, and The Plough. So if I just take those away, there we go, there's me again. Yes, they're all within the top 30 of the most common pub names in Britain at the moment. So there you go, anagrams. Let's move on to answers to round 3, which was the Who's Who in History round. So round 3, question 1. The monarch who died at the Battle of Bosworth was King Richard III. Question 2. The last wife of Henry VIII was Catherine Parr. Question 3. Gregor Efremovich was better known as Rasputin. Question 4. It was Sir Francis Drake who led the English defence against the Spanish Armada. Question 5. Napoleon Bonaparte. He labelled the English as a nation of shopkeepers. Question 6. Oliver Cromwell ruled as Lord Protector. Question 7. It was Lee Harvey Oswald who shot JFK. Question 8. The first female Prime Minister was Margaret Thatcher. Question 9. It was Mary Shelley. Sorry, I've just got a message. Can you hear me? It says my sound has disappeared. It's all gone wrong. Hopefully you can still hear me. Oh, excellent. I just got a big message and it all went blank on my screen as well. Sorry, I don't know what happened. It was panicked me. Question 10. So the longest serving king was King George V. Oh my goodness, I've never panicked so much. There you go. I started doing that last week, but never went quite so bad. I might have to update the software or something. So King George V was the longest serving king. And then we moved on to our geography round. Oh, panic over. Question 1. There are 50 stars on the US flag. Question 2. The country formerly known as Siam is Thailand. You would find Belgium in... you'd find Flanders in Belgium. Sorry about that. Question 4. So the Vatican is totally surrounded by Italy, as is San Marino. So question 4, San Marino. Question 5. Salop is the alternative name for Shropshire. Question 6. England's highest mountain is Scafell Pike. Question 7. It is Russia that covers 10% of the Earth's surface. Question 8. The Faroe Islands belong to Denmark. Question 9. Ulaanbaatar is the capital city of Mongolia. And finally, how many rivers does Tonga have? It doesn't have any rivers. So there are no rivers in Tonga. So I've got loads of messages telling me it's George III. Have I written down the wrong answer? Hang on a second. No, it is George V. I'll just check. George V reigned for 25 years. George III reigned for 19 years. Oh, 41 years. Why is it saying that? I'm going to have to figure that out. Oh. Technicality there. I've looked at the wrong list. George III is correct. So yeah, question 10, George III. I've just learnt something tonight. George III reigned Great Britain for 19 years, and then the United Kingdom for a further few years as well. Yes, so there you go. Because it was split, because we joined with the Act of Union, didn't we, in 1701? If I'm getting that right. Yes, so question 10, George III. Give yourself a mark for George III. Sorry about that. I've looked at a very wrong list there. Okay, Joe needs answers 5 and 6 to round 3. Okay, 5 and 6. Question 5, it's Napoleon, and 6 is Oliver Cromwell. If you look at the United Kingdom, he is the 3rd longest monarch of the United Kingdom, but not of Great Britain as a whole when you add everyone together. Yes. So there we go. Yeah, so we're getting some scores coming through. We've got 44, 39, another 44, 43. That was rubbish at the anagrams, oh dear. So that's something you're good at or you're not, isn't it? It's got a 34, 37. Barry's on 39. Colin's got a 47. My mum's on a 43. So, oh, lots of 40s tonight. Oh, you're beating the test teams again. Well done, quizzers. We've got a 46 here. Oh, goodness me. Loads of good scores. So I think we need a tiebreaker, don't we? The Roman house in... Ooh. Is that meant to be the Manor house in? 47. Trying to trick me there, Simon. So some really good scores, but let's do a tiebreaker, shall we? So throw into the comments and let's see who can get the closest to this answer. So we talked about Shropshire earlier on, didn't we? It was also known as Salop. So Shropshire is the largest landlocked county in the United Kingdom. So in terms of square miles, how big is Shropshire? So how big is Shropshire in square miles? That is your tiebreaker for this evening. Here we go. So put them into the comments there. So how big is Shropshire in square miles? Just give you a moment while I have a drink. While in this little lull, while you're having to think about how big Shropshire is, so I posted on the Facebook page a few nights ago about pubs, as I tend to do. It really worried me speaking to some landlords this week, and 3 of them have said they're on the brink of closing because customers are just not returning, and the grant that the government gave them didn't cover their rent and overheads for the 3.5 months that they were closed. It's a really, really sorry tale, I think. So, yeah, if you want to support your locals, I keep telling you to think about it, then please feel free to. Just £2 will get you a cup of coffee or a soft drink or something. If everyone spent £2 at their local, well, in St Clear here, that would be £6,000 going into the local economy, split between the 3 pubs in the parish, which would be amazing, wouldn't it? Or get a takeaway. Loads of them offering takeaways at the moment. But yeah, just really hit me hard, that did. The 4 landlords I spoke to, 3 of them were on the brink of closure, which is incredible. So here we go. We got 2,000 from the bookshop team, 320. We got Barry on 2,001, 215. Collins on 225. I've got 2,800 odd. Okay, so Shropshire, in terms of square miles, I love this answer. It is actually 1,234 square miles. So 1,234 square miles. There you go. It's a very big county. So there you go. If you needed to have a tiebreaker, there you go. So thank you all very much again for joining me this evening. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. Actually, maybe not same place, because I've got guests down next week. Hi, Mum and Dad, and we may have to. May have to relocate so that they can have a chat across the room. Yeah, I may be presenting from a different place within the house next week. We will see, but there will be a quiz next week. So I thank you once again for joining me, and yeah, I will quiz you again next week, 8 o'clock on Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody, and see you next week. Good night.